All right. Good evening. Welcome. This is Rodney Grimes, PTP. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. I'm trying something new here. I got the computer right here. I thought it would show up, but it's not, so I don't know what I'm doing here. But I'm going to try to look at something else and see if I can pull up another. Let's see how this will work. Y'all bear with me. You know, technology is something. It really is. But it's all good. That didn't work either because, let me see, wait a minute. It might. So, I'm just trying to load something and see if it works. And it still ain't did it yet. But I'm not going to worry about that right now because, you know, this was something I was supposed to be doing. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to push that out the way right there. As y'all know, the better half is right there trying to help with some stuff, you know. So, like I told you, this is not really easy for me to do because I have to think about what am I going to talk about that's going to interest people to make them tune in. What am I going to say that's going to benefit people? So this is not just, you know, me randomly talking. I'm welcoming everyone that's tuning in right now. I can't see your names because it's really small, and so that's what I'm trying to work on right now, so that I'll be able to see your names, so I can welcome you aboard. But for everybody just tuning in, welcome so far, and I appreciate. Yesterday was amazing. I thank my wife again for joining me. That was amazing. We had a good time. Man, that was real powerful. We got a lot of hits yesterday. Actually, just while we was recording, we had about 150 viewers, and that was good. And I would love to keep that growing because my success is your success is mine. What I'm asking everybody to do is please, you know, send in your messages, things that, how you feel about the conversation, because my wife is going to be relaying the information back to me, and she's making it so that I'll be able to see it, and that's what we're doing right now. So, so this is how we're working this. This is a little funny, but it's all good. So, God is good. I just thank Him and give Him praise. I give Him praise for everything that I do. And Kimberly, Walter, my cousin, how you doing, my brother? I see y'all tuned in. So this is part of what we're trying to do, so I can acknowledge people. Paul Ward joined in. Michael, welcome. Okay. So, you know, I don't want to, again, I don't like to get rambling off because I like to just basically go straight to the point and talk about things that's going to really help us move forward. And so my discussion today is still in the arena of a relationship, because that's what we've been talking about pretty much all this week. But one of the things that I realized that with the relationship with different people, we are getting different responses. So my point I want to make today is, why are people getting attitudes when they know that this is a serious situation that we had? I'm talking about, I've had several incidents where some people got attitude with me, and you know, and at first, and I got an attitude at some point too. But after I thought about it, I was like, man, this is a real serious situation that we're in, and we got to be careful about having attitudes when somebody tell you, hold on, please don't get too close to me, or if you go into somebody's house and they say, excuse me, you need to wash your hands, or take your hat off, your coat off, and leave it at the door, or whatever the case may be. Let me share a few incidents that I had, and one of them was at CVS, and I went in there, and it was about 9 people in line. And I was going there looking for some Lysol, and this was last week. And it was about 9 people in line, all different ethnic backgrounds. But behind me was this older black woman, and she was pretty much standing 6 feet away, 6 feet away from me. Everybody else that was in front of me, we was all close up on each other. And then a gentleman walked up and he looked at the lady and he said, "Are you in line?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm in line." Looked at him, because she was like wondering, "Why you asking me? I'm standing here." But what he wasn't doing was he wasn't recognizing that she was standing 6 feet away. And then me, Mr. Smart Alec, I turns around looking at her like, why you got an attitude with him? He just asked you, and here I'm also, talk about attitude, right? I keep it real, so I won't be trying to fabricate nothing that I do because I mess up a lot too. And so I'm looking at the lady like, yo, if you that pressed, you shouldn't even be outside. And so as I stood there, then I thought about it, I said, man, you can't get mad at her because she wants to follow the rules and regulations that been provided by the news media and so forth and so on. And when I got home, I did discuss it with my wife, and then my wife had told me when her doctor called and explained to her, because my wife has serious asthma. She has serious asthma, not a little bit, not just some, serious, okay? And there's a lot of people that have that, a lot. I have bronchitis, but I know some other people in my family that had asthma, and believe me, that's nothing to play with. And when you have asthma, that also has a lot to do with your lungs and your respiratory parts of your body and so forth and so on, right? And so when her doctor called, he told her to make sure that she's careful about who she be around, because right now, until they figure out what's going on, she got to be careful. So I want to move a little faster today because I'm not going to be real long. So certain people come to my house. What I do is I'm just like, hold on, go in there, wash your hands or whatever. And I'm not sure if everybody take to that, And just like I didn't take to when the lady said, while we were standing in line, they said do 6 feet away. And here I was getting ready to get an attitude with her when really she's thinking about her health. And that's when I start to question myself, how serious are we taking this situation? Now, believe it or not, it's a lot behind this. I got a lot of theories about it, but I'm not going to talk about it because I ain't trying to come up missing or disrespect nobody or lose my job over something that I said. Because in this country, freedom of speech is not really freedom of speech. You got to watch what you say. So I limited some of the things. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. What I do want us to do is pay attention to our attitude. And if you go around people, respect them. I saw a brother yesterday, and I went out to check my mail, and we was up, and we dapped like this with the elbow. Well, let me tell you something. Time has changed. It's changed. Ever since this done happened, we have a new relationship with one another, a new relationship in life. I'm trying to tell you. It's altogether different. And you need to pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention, because this is really serious. And how we going to be dealing with each other, the energy that we're going to be putting out, that's going to be a big factor as well. I'm talking about inside your homes, when you go to the grocery stores, you're going to have people looking at you. The other day I was in the grocery store, everybody that had masks on and gloves, I didn't have none. So the next time I came in there with my mask on, my gloves on, then I'm looking at the man that was behind me, he ain't had none on. And I'm like, dude, I was going to say, yo, you need to back up, bro. Don't get too close to me. But then, here again, the attitude, we got to watch it. And we got to be respectful to one another on how we do this. We don't know what people's health problems is. And we don't know what this is. Let me tell you something. I got a lot of things that I want to say, but I'm not going to say how I think this stuff came about. But I do know that God's in control. And when I pray on it, I stay on it. I stay on that path where I know that God is in charge, and I don't care what some people may have done or how they do it or what their plans is. I do know that the end result is going to be of God. Whatever God wants this, if it's going to be the end of the world and this is a plague that's going to take us out, then that's God's will. That's not man's. Understand that. That's God's will. And where we at right now with ourselves, when we deal with our will, excuse me, I can tell you that we got to be careful. I'm going to shout out again to some people. Gwen Pratt, love you, babe, love you. Malik, my brother, you know, man, hey, you know how mean you are. I mean, some of the things we talk about, man, we've been talking about stuff like this even before some of it happens. Tawana, love you, babe. And I did a shout out to my cousin Walter. Hey, love you, cuz, you know what I'm saying? And I want people to know something. I'm not crazy. This is what I do. PTP, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. That's what I do. And I just know that it's really, 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 really powerful, some of the things that come out. Let me see. You're absolutely correct. Freedom is not always freedom. That was Kimberly. Kimberly, you are right. Our freedom, sometimes we believe that we're free and we are slaves in our mind, not by others, but by our actions and the things that we do and how we go about them. We got people that are not free from drugs, from abuse, from all kind of things, okay? And I know that as I go on, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stay, because I got something else that's boiling in my stomach I really want to come out about. And I really want to talk about it because it's going to have all of us standing on our feet if you start thinking about it. But what you got to do is know this. Our attitude dictates our thinking. Our thinking dictates our actions. Okay? And other people's actions get a reaction. We talked about this the other day as well. We talked about the mask, taking the mask off, people seeing who you really are. And when I say mask, I ain't talking about the mask for this corona stuff and all that. I'm talking about the mask of who we are as individuals. If you're really a mean person, sometimes it just comes out that you're just a mean person. Sometimes if you dirty, you can't help it, you just a dirty person. Sometimes if you're a hoe, you just a hoe. Come on, I'm keeping it real. Let me tell you something. Our attitudes and our relationships and all the things that's going on right now is going to dictate our tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you something, it's never going to be the same as it was a couple of weeks ago. Okay? Respect each other. Make sure that you're not getting mad with one another. And definitely, we better support one another and try to move forward to make some things happen, because I'm going to tell you something. We got a long journey ahead of us. A long journey. And we got to pay attention to that. I'm going to give a shout out to my wife yesterday. I really appreciate it. It took a lot for me to get her to come on. And she had a good time. We talked about it. We laughed about it. And I really, really enjoyed that. And had a lot of people jump in yesterday. And I want to keep it going like that. I want you to definitely always, send me some messages on things that you want to talk about. Let me know that we going in the right direction. Look, let me tell you something. Ellen, I know Ellen probably started like this. Oprah, she started like this probably. And Tyler, I was falling up on him, and he was living in his car. I'm starting in my sitting room right now. That's where I'm at, in my sitting room. I was in the studio, and then I went in the basement. I was in the bedroom. I'm just doing what I do. And that's my attitude. My attitude is to keep moving forward. I keep it real. People to people, power to power, positive people. People to people, that's me, you, and them. What I do is help get the message out. When I talk to my brothers and sisters about different things, I take that and then I just digest it in my spirit. I pray over it, and then it like boils up, and then God say, Rodney, now I need you to share this. Okay, not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. I have no problem being in front of thousands and thousands of people, man, and it doesn't bother me. Sometimes I'm more nervous when I'm talking one-on-one versus when I'm talking to a large group. But let me stay focused here and remember that it's about the attitude. Our attitudes are where we need to be focusing on. Your attitude on how, when people address you and they say step back, don't get mad at them. If they say wash your hands, don't get mad at them. You don't know what their problem is. It's too late after you find out that it was you that brought something to them. You know what I'm saying? If that's what the real situation is, I don't know. But I have to be careful because I have to protect my wife. when it comes to my wife, anybody coming around here right now, I'm going to have to step in between because I got a good system right now. And hers is not where mine is. So I'm going to step in between and say, hey, scoop, hold up. You know, and that goes for kids, uncles, cousins, nephews, everybody. We are hugging people. We hug. But right now, we can't do that. And I don't want nobody to get offended. And I can't get offended. And when I go into the store, now I can tell you let me tell you about the situation in Home Depot. So this white woman was standing over, she was looking in the cleaning part, and this was early on, about a week ago, and me and my wife walked in, and when I went up to her, she turned around and, excuse my language, she said, dumbass. And I looked at her and I was like, bitch, excuse me, because she brought that lower level out of me when she said that, because I was like, you know, she had her mask on and her gloves, and she walking around, and then there was another white gentleman that was standing behind me, and he then said, what did she say to you? And I told him, and he said, well, you know, if she felt like that, she shouldn't have came out. And I said, you're right. Let me stop for a minute and read something here. It says, one problem I see that is our young folks need our guidance now more than ever. With schools closing down, those that need that extra push will not be getting it. It's putting our young folks further behind. Come on, bro. Mike, come on now. You don't know? That's why I said there's a lot this downside that I want to talk about, and I will eventually. I just got to make sure that I do it appropriately so that I don't offend certain levels that things don't, you know, go bad for me. Okay? But I am my brother's keeper. And I ain't no sissy, far from that. Let me tell you this. Is this going to benefit my grandchildren and my children? You know, y'all, I'm going to do what I do. But, Mike, you are right. See, it's this whole thing with our attitude, with our relationship, how we functioning, all of that's changing today. All of it is changing from yesterday. It'll never be the same. Educate your kids. You better get in their head. Because when they come back out of this situation here, it's going to be a surprise for all of us. I'm trying to tell you. You better be prepared. Your attitude is going to dictate a lot. Excuse me. I had some wine left over from yesterday, so I just went on and filled my glass up, so don't mind me. Ain't nothing wrong with a little wine. I was going to say a little bump and grind, but this is a little wine this time. So, how you doing, Vanessa and Catrice? Much love and respect. I'm glad you joined. And like I said, it's open for anybody to have something to say. I got mad love for everybody. Just know this. Yo, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. Okay? If you don't change your attitude, the way you're doing things, nothing's going to change around you. Okay? If you're looking at other people and you're mad because they're moving forward, that's your problem. And if they tell you that they don't want you in their yard because they feel uncomfortable, stay out of their yard and don't get an attitude. It's their yard. Go in your yard. And if you know what I mean when I say your space. So when you're out moving around, if a person is trying to stay 6 feet away from you, don't get mad at them. Stay 6 feet away from them. Especially if they ain't paying your rent or giving you no money. If they doing that, then, you know, I do a hoop and a dance for them. But outside of that, watch your attitude. Make sure that you're respecting everybody else. Because, like, again, I'm holding back on some things, but I'm going to say this. I don't want to get thrown over it. If this is man-made, if this is man-made with the agenda to take control of us and start dictating some things, let me tell you something. Your attitude better be deep, and you better be spiritually grounded so that you're going to be able to see with your third eye. Not with these two here, but that third eye, that spiritual eye. That spiritual eye that's going to have you where you're going to know what's going on around you. See, when a while back I said this, this stuff didn't just pop up. This stuff, because if this stuff just popped up and it was that bad, shit, most of us be dead. we would be dead. So I just want to tell you that it is powerful where we are right now. How you doing, Felicia? Felicia, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Welcome. I am like, right now, I am so focused on my attitude and all those that I deal with, that I put out a positive attitude, and that hopefully I receive a positive attitude, that I see where we are going for our tomorrow. I'm not the Houdini of the word or nothing like that. But what I do is I pray. I believe that God speaks to me. Many people know how God works. I'm sure he talks to you, and you got to listen. Work on your attitudes. Don't be cruel to other people. What goes around, come around. Know that. Make sure that you are treating people the way you want to be treated. Treat them with respect. If they don't want you to touch them, don't touch them. And matter of fact, I'm okay with, when my cousin came the other day, we did like this. I love my cousin. Me and him hug each other all the time. But you know something? We praying, man, and we laugh about it, but at the same time, you know something? I then had to think about, okay, Rodney, do I just want to take that chance right now? Do I want to be that one person to take that chance and say, okay, I'm going to just do it my way and don't care what nobody else is doing? And I thought about it. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So, I don't know what, something just going, let me see what this is. There's all kind of stuff popping up right here, right now. I don't know what that is. Take care of yourself, and wife must call you tomorrow and tell you about my experience in Giant last week. Okay, that's Kim. All right. I hope that it wasn't a bad experience. If you want, you can type it in. I'll share it right now. That's not a problem. Let me see. Okay, you have to change the way you look at things so the things you look at will change. How about that? Michael, you said a mouthful, bro. I'm trying to change the way that I'm even coming across to people, so that people will be able to receive and understand my logic to things. I wanted to write a book, and I probably still will, that is going to be called Do You Understand My Brother? And the basics of it is it's going to be all about facts. Just talking about, what we got for real. Change the way we handle things. If y'all think about something, right? We're talking about attitude, relationships, how people treat each other. Do you know that if we really look at where we at today, that this is like martial law? This is like, they have put the grip down on us to a point that we got some people, man, that's like really scared because they don't know where their next meal gonna come from tomorrow. They don't know where they're gonna be living, sleeping. You know what I mean? This is crazy. We're in a serious time. We're in a serious time. Change the way you're thinking. Get spiritually grounded, and make sure you watch your attitude. Make sure your attitude is good. Okay, let me see. Felicia, you said there, stay in your own lane. You know what? That's what a lot of people have to know. But let me show you, when we say something like that, you stay in your own lane. See, some people go in the fast lane, some people in the slow lane, some in the low lane, some in the high lane. Whatever lane you operate in, you get in there, you do what you do. But make sure while you in it, that you're doing it to win, to be the best you can be, but also don't be in that lane by yourself. You gotta realize this. Hey, it's a lot of people going the same direction. Some people up here, down there, and you got it. If you're in a position where you don't know how to function in that lane, step back. Let them people handle their business. You got people that are natural born leaders. Let them lead. You got natural born followers. Let them follow. Sometimes that's what you have to do, is sit back and stay in your lane. But don't block other people when they're coming in there either. You got to make sure that you are also remembering that you have to be your brother and sister's keeper as well. I believe that God put every man on this earth equal. Maybe not in size and weight, but he pretty much gave us pretty much everything we need to survive. And how we use it is up to us. So it's very important that you watch how you treat people and you watch your attitude. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I'm peeping on here. Take care of yourself and your wife. Okay, right. Okay. So, and I also, again, I'm just trying to stay on top again. I welcome Angela Davis. How you doing, sweetheart? I welcome you. Again, if I missed anybody, God bless you. And I just want to, definitely say hello. Yesterday, we had a good, I mean, it was really good, man. And people was jumping in left and right. I was so excited. I don't know if it was the wine or the cheese or what. Or was it just my wife? She looked a lot better than me. But, it is what it is. But what I do is, again, I just keep it real and, and talk about the things that's necessary. Welcome my brother JB. JB, I think you in California, or you might be in California or Mexico. I know you always, man, that's my brother from another mother. I appreciate you, my man. You always show me love and support. Let me tell you something. When I sit down with Oprah and we had this talk, I'm going to definitely put your name in there and say, oh, you don't mind me calling you Oprah, do you? I ain't crazy, y'all, no. It's just that I say if you speak it, then it'll come true, and I speak that success. I speak my life moving in the direction that I will be blessed to continue to do this and do it at a different level. And once this is all over, I want to again start to inviting people to come in and sit down and we can talk and share information with each other together. Let me see on here. It says, hello family, stay safe, both of you. Yeah. Okay. So, again, I don't want to be rambling off. I'm going to be real brief. I know that I've been going for a minute. Just know that it's important that we stay focused on what we're doing and watch your attitude. Make sure you handle your business. Okay? I'm not just getting into this. I've been doing this stuff for over 15 years. I've been doing showcasing, arts development. I network with quite a few lucrative people. And I went into hiatus because I had to change my way of living and some of the things I was doing and change my attitude, work on some relationships, take off some masses that I had and keep moving forward. Look at the relationships I was building outside my home and the relationship that I was building inside my home as well that I focus on, and I definitely had to work on my relationship that I had with God, because without God I got nothing. Without God I have nothing. This is Rodney Grimes, PTP, people to people, power to power, power to thinking people. I love you. And let me see, something just popped up here. I just appreciate everything that's been going on and everybody that's doing what they do. And hopefully it's God. I say God willing, I'll see you tomorrow, 6:30. It's live talk. Real talk. Positive talk. It's PTP. People to people, power to power, power to thinking people. Hey, pass the word out, man. Keep tuning in. I look forward to y'all messages and everything. God bless you, and you stay safe, okay?